What's up, Brunswick County? This month on Brunswick Biz, we begin here in Calabash to visit one of Calabash's most iconic businesses, Calabash Creamery. And then we'll head to Ocean Isle Beach to learn how to paddleboard with Paddle Mentor. And finally, we'll visit Spiritquest to talk to psychic Lisa Ann. So stay with us. This is Brunswick Biz, connecting Brunswick County one business at a time. I'm at Calabash Creamery here in Calabash with Christy Hansen and Tim DeSano, who are the owner and the manager of this business. It's been here for several years now. Tell me about when you opened and how this business came to be.
Okay, we opened the summer of 2003. It came about with my husband and I are both originally from up north. We grew up with homemade ice cream and creameries and of course dairy farms and stuff like that around. And we realized that in this area, we really didn't have that other than one place in Myrtle Beach, Painter's Ice Cream, that Brunswick County didn't have anything like that. So when the opportunity arose, we took a leap of faith, bought this land, built the creamery, and the rest is history.
And all of the ice cream that you have is homemade, which is awesome. I've tasted it and it is incredible. So tell me about some of the flavors that you have, unique flavors. Of course, you have all of the mainstays, but just some of the flavors that people come in and they come here specifically for. I'll let you answer that one.
In the summertime, we do a fresh fruit flavor every month. We start in June with cantaloupe, and July is obviously sunset peach is the way to go. It flies out the door. We're peeling peaches every single day through the month of July. But all of our fruit flavors are made fresh with strawberry, peach, cantaloupe. We do a lot of other fruit flavors as well, blueberry cheesecake, those sort of things. We have all the mainstays. We have butter pecan, mint chocolate chip. Those aren't going anywhere, but one of our signature flavors would be Calabash Crunch. It's a white chocolate-based ice cream with chocolate cake crunch. A lot of people butcher the name every now and again, but they don't forget it because it's that good.
What does it take to make the ice cream?
Right now, we can, at full capacity, we can make 5 gallons every 9 minutes. That's using our 14% butterfat base that we use, all fresh ingredients. It takes, I'd say, between 5 or 6 hours to make enough ice cream for the day. Maybe a little bit longer, a little bit less, depending on the flavors. But like I said, at running at full capacity, we're moving it right along.
And what other types of ice cream do you offer? Do you have soft serve and all that good stuff, toppings?
Yes, we offer a 10% vanilla and chocolate soft serve. We also do homemade sorbets made with fresh fruit purees. We have sundaes, shakes, floats, all of those traditional things. We also make ice cream sandwiches, ice cream pies, and ice cream cakes.
And the shop itself is just very down home. It feels like home. It's front porch, sitting in the evening after your dinner or whenever, and people are out here on the rocking chairs. And this shop inside, you've redone everything fairly recently. Tell me about the remodel.
Well, we did the remodel not just for aesthetics. We wanted a fresh look, but we had to make changes to the inside because we were literally out of space. So our challenge was, you have the same square footage, but how do you make it work better? So we literally completely gutted the whole interior, put new bench seatings, new floors, redid the counters to create more space for the service area for the employees, because the old system, they were running into each other and made it very hard for them to seamlessly serve our customers. And then in the summer with our long lines, it was difficult for the customers themselves to get in and out of the building. So we did this remodel, closed for 2 months, and it has worked great this summer. We feel like our customers and the line is moving much better and they're much happier, and our staff is able to better serve the customers with the new flow.
Okay, so if you haven't been by recently, it's worth coming to check out.
Yes.
And y'all are open year-round, so any of our locals, or even if you're planning to come and do a little fall, winter vacation at the beach, you're open for that.
Yes. In the summer, we're open every day from 12 noon to 10:30 p.m. In the off season, we do start closing at 9 o'clock, and then November through February, we're closed Monday and Tuesday, but we are open all other days from noon until 9.
Tim, you've been working with Calabash Creamery since the beginning. So tell me about the changes you've seen, coming from being here when you were younger, working to working up to be a manager, just seeing the changes in the business.
One thing that I've found interesting is, even when I was younger and working, I'm seeing the same people 10 years ago that I am now. I'm just on a different side of the counter. I had a customer not too long ago saying, I think I've watched you grow up. And I said, you absolutely have. I said, y'all have been coming in for 10 years and you've seen me from when I was 14 to now. And, I think that's something that we've really done a great job, is making a connection with not only the people in the community, but the people that vacation here every year. We are lucky in the sense that we have a lot of people that repeat and come back every year, and we more or less become part of their vacation. We have people come in that, they'll, on a Saturday, I see a different group and I recognize them from last year and we speak, and then I see them every night, and then by next Saturday, it's sad and we'll see you next year, but then, here come the next group. So it's definitely, it's a fun part of my job, seeing it's like old friends. From everyone, the little kids, we had a child that was in here and they were in here 29 days in a row when they come down to visit their grandparents for the summer. And now seeing her as she's gotten older, and it's just making a connection with not only with all of the people that are in our community, but our extended community that comes and visits us every summer.
Now you're probably even getting it to where either people our age who are coming in, now they're having little kids, and they're starting to get ice cream every year when their family comes to visit the South Brunswick Islands. And Christy, tell me about the community involvement that Calabash Creamery has had.
Well, of course, our staff is primarily young adults, kids that are in high school and in college. Our primary focus is to give back to youth in this county. We support the schools, we support the Sheriff's Department, we sponsor the Flatfish Flounder Tournament, all kinds of things like that to help our community and the youth that are here. And understand that these kids become part of our family. We've had some weddings, we've had some babies since we've opened. I keep in contact, my husband and I, through, thank goodness, social media is out there that we can keep up with them through Instagram and Facebook and things like that to see where they've gone in their life. Tim here started when he was 14. We are a family business, and what I mean by that is our staff is family, but we ourselves, it's my husband, myself, our oldest daughter, who is now in college. She's worked from the age 14, she's now 19. Our son was 9 months old when we opened. He's now 14 and working the business. And our youngest is 11 and cannot wait until her turn to be here.
In a few years,
and his brother also. His younger brother is here. He's worked since he was 14. So we are the true epitome of a family business. Sacrifices are made for that because holidays, events, and when everybody else is on vacation and doing family events, we're all here working.
Thank you so much for letting us come and check out Calabash Creamery. Tim, I'll leave our viewers with where they can find y'all and contact information and all that good stuff.
Absolutely. We're very active on social media. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff. CalabashCreamery.com, or you can come and see us at 9910 Beach Drive and come get some for yourself.
All right. Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you, Nathan.
Thank you.
Joining me now is Clark Milioti, who owns Paddle Mentor, and you do stand-up paddleboard lessons. And for those who don't know about stand-up paddleboarding, maybe they've seen it. It's grown in popularity over the past few years, and it's a water sport where you stand up on a paddleboard.
Correct.
So tell me about how you got interested in it and how you decided to do lessons.
Sure. So a number of years ago, about 10 years ago, I was flipping through a surf magazine, and that's just about when the stand-up paddleboard scene was hitting the west and east coasts, and I was intrigued by it, and I was committed to find somebody who could show me how to do this, and I found a very skilled teacher who showed me and gave me all the right habits, and I was so stoked by it that I became addicted to it, and I went out the next day and bought 2 boards. And so that was about 9 years ago. And then over the years, my wife and I would paddle. We would take friends out. I would show them the techniques that I knew, because my whole thing was to make people enjoy this sport. I wanted people to be as excited about it as I am, and not just try it because they see other folks doing it.
And stand-up paddleboarding, it's generally a relaxed water sport, but you can get pretty wild on it if you wouldn't want to.
Yeah, you bet.
Right?
It's got an incredible dynamic range. You could paddle in calm, still water like lakes and rivers, or you can take it out into the ocean and jump off the lip, as they say. So, and anything in between. It's got a really wide range of uses.
Yeah, I didn't know about how many different varieties of paddleboards there were. For example, there's this green and white one behind us, which
Right.
that one's like, it's long,
Yeah, it's
and
a
you
big
can fly on it.
Yeah, that's 14 feet. Unlike the other paddleboards, it has a V-shaped hull to displace the water, so it's really designed for speed and accuracy, distance kind of either racing or fitness touring.
So Paddle Mentor, you specialize in beginners.
Yes.
So for those who have never stepped on a paddleboard before, you're able to guide them and show them the ropes.
You bet. Yeah, that's what I pride myself on. Again, it all goes back to my initial experiences and how impactful those experiences were to me. And I want the sport to continue to expand, and the way to do that is to have people get excited about it and not frustrated. So I'm all about safety and I'm all about fun.
So it's a smart thing to do is to get a lesson from you rather than going out and renting a paddleboard first or buying one and you don't know how to use it.
Well, I appreciate you for saying that, but absolutely, you're 100% correct, because I see it all the time in the area waterways where people will rent them, and you can tell they've not been shown any of even basic technique, and they're frustrated. You can see the frustration on them, and they may just hang it up and never give it a try, never take it to the next level and see what it can really do.
So we're gonna get on the paddleboards here in a little bit. I'm excited. I've never had a lesson before. I've tried once, but it's the same thing. It's like I got frustrated. I didn't think I knew what I was doing, but if I can get you to teach me,
Sure.
then I will hopefully really enjoy it. And
You
I
bet.
think I will. I'm looking forward to it. What is the first thing you need to know about paddleboarding if you step on it?
First thing you need to know is to get your mind to relax. You have to be in a very relaxed, kind of fluid state to change your outlook. So that's the first thing, and I know that's easier said than done. The next thing is really just kind of your stance on the board, what we call a soft knee, and I'll demonstrate it in a moment. Just you can't be rigid. You have to be fluid and flexible, because the medium under you is fluid and flexible, and you have to sort of respond in kind to that.
It's just like a shock absorber almost,
bet.
making yourself a
Basically, yes.
human shock. I think one of the things people are most afraid of is that they're going to fall into the water.
Yep.
So how do you overcome that by relaxing yourself?
Well, so when I get students who are really obsessed with falling off, I make them fall off. And, because there's many benefits to that. It's out of your system, and now you know, gee, I fell off and I'm still okay. But part of the ground school that I take people through is safety, and the largest safety instrument that you have paddleboarding is the paddleboard. They're leashed to your ankle or calf, and I stress that over and over with people. Should you fall, don't panic, grab that leash and pull that board to you and jump back on the board. Even though we use PFDs, personal flotation devices, life preservers, we used to call them, the paddleboard is your #1 safety device.
So once somebody that you're teaching gets going, where do you go from there? Do you do a little bit of a tour, or where
Sure.
do you go?
Yeah, we take them out on the canal system here, and then once I see, it's very personalized, so I have to gauge their level of experience and their interest. I've had some folks out there who after 5 minutes said, hey, this is great, but can you show me a little more advanced paddle technique? I'd love to be able to do this, or can you show me a better way to turn, that sort of thing. And then there are other folks who just want to, they just want to cruise straight and, get more comfortable with the thing. So it runs the gamut, but it's basically about an hour tour through these lovely canals. So
Okay, we're here in Ocean Isle Beach. Is this where you typically do the tour, or can you, or the lesson rather, can you meet somebody to where they are? Say somebody's in Sunset Beach and that's
Sure.
where they're vacationing?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Sunset actually has some lovely backwater, some marsh waters, really good calm waters to paddle in as well. I prefer the canal for the beginner just because it's easier to get on and off the board. There's less boat traffic to worry about. There are less obstacles to absorbing the lesson.
Yeah, the canals, you can compare it to your quiet neighborhood street where you're trying to learn to ride a bike.
You bet. Yep. I'm going to teach the kids to ride a bike here on the water.
A water bike, rather. Okay, Clark. Thanks so much. We're going to go ahead and learn how to paddleboard.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
Excellent. Let's get to it. Okay, so if I want to turn right, I'm going to put my paddle at the right rear and then paddle backwards. Right, so try that. See how that went right? Yeah. Same thing, if I'm headed for the dock and I want to turn left, I'll put it in the left rear and start paddling backwards. Right? Logo up front. When I transition from the side, I'm going to slide my top hand down to the bottom hand. All right. I'm going to flip around. Correct. That's right. And again, the alternative to turning is you can also turn at the nose of the board, but it goes in the opposite direction. So see how, so you're up at the nose on the left, but it went right, right? You can do either one. You could do either one, and then the nose turn's a little more advanced because it's a faster turn. But you have to be thinking kind of backwards. You know, it's easier to say, oh, my paddle's already on the right, I'm going to turn right, right? All right? And don't forget, put that logo in the front. There you go. All right? So this is a great place just to get people acclimated to turning, because turning's critical, whether you're standing or kneeling. Kind of get used to the board. If you ever decide to do this again and you rent one, they all feel different. Kneeling is a great way to kind of understand the dynamics of the board, right? Because they all feel different. Like this one's meant for surf, so this one's terrible actually in the flat water. It's way too unstable. I like that. That's a 12-foot board that you're on, so there's a lot of planing surface contacting the water. So the net of that is a very stable ride. Right? Turning trick works for you? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so you straddle the paddle across the deck because you're going to need that paddle in a second.
That helps you like kind of balance.
Yep. Here you go. Keep your knees bent and don't overthink it. Awesome. Wonderful. Relax. This is fun, remember? Okay. Okay, go to your knees if you feel shaky. You always have your knees. Okay, great. Perfect. Well executed. Always use your knees. Perfect. That's the right thing to do. That's how you get yourself back together. You just boom. Whether that's a boat coming or whether that's a sort of a sudden loss of balance. You know, I will say this, even though this is a very relaxing endeavor, you need to be in the moment. And that's what I like about this thing. It kind of forces you to put the noise of the day in a box. It'll be there when you get back. But while you're doing all this stuff, there's a tremendous amount of stuff to think about. And that's a sort of cool aspect of it once you get comfortable in that kind of mindset. You did great. Paddlementor.com. There's the plain old-fashioned telephone at 609-238-0174. Smoke signal would do, but you got to be really good at that. But basically, that's how you can reach me. So there's contact forms on the web. I have a Facebook page, Facebook/PaddleMentor, or the phone number 609-238-0174. Thanks for coming out, guys. I appreciate it.
Joining me now is Lisa Ann, who is a psychic at Spiritquest Healing Center and Angel Gift Shop located here on Beach Drive in Ocean Isle Beach. Thanks so much for letting us come and check out your business.
Thank you. We're excited to have you here today.
Yeah, this is a very unique business. I don't think there's a business like this in Brunswick County. So we're excited to come and check it out. And how'd you get involved with being a psychic and readings and all that kind of stuff?
So I really believe that everybody is psychic. I don't believe being psychic is a gift, and I get in trouble for that my entire 22 years of doing this work. But I really do believe being psychic is just another word for using your gut instinct, being intuitive. It's the difference is I do it professionally, my full-time livelihood. But my interest got piqued in intuition, psychic abilities, and things like that when my grandmother passed away. And she started coming to me in dreams. And that's what kind of started the ball rolling.
Okay, and you started doing meditation you were telling me about. Tell us about kind of how this business came to be.
So I think for a lot of people, it's the most challenging times in our lives that give us the best blessings and gifts. And I had went through a very difficult time in my life. And I turned to meditation. This woman was teaching like a stress reduction class. And I started meditating. And seriously, friends came to me and said, "You seem very different. You seem very relaxed. What's that medication you said you were taking?" And I was like, "No, I'm doing meditation. I'm not
Big
taking
difference.
medication." So 5 friends literally said to me, "Hey, can you teach us?" And we got a group together in my basement. That was 1995, and we just started doing meditation, and from there one thing led to another and so here we are today.
And you've done this for many years. You're from New York.
Yes.
And you had your store up there and been on TV, written books, all sorts of things. So you have a lot of experience in this field. What made you open a store here in Brunswick County? What brought you down here?
I honestly felt like I was led here. I really do. I just felt very intuitively. I wanted to get out of New York. I wanted to live by the beach, but landing in Brunswick County, I definitely was called here. And it's amazing because in the few years that I've had the shop down here, day in and day out, all we do is meet people that say, "I don't know what it is, but they have crazy stories about how they got here." I really feel, especially the strip between Sunset Beach and Ocean Isle Beach, I feel like this is such a healing place. And the beach alone is a really healing place. Absolutely. Where a lot of people come, but there is something so special about this area. So I really felt like I was drawn here, and to have a healing center where you can have people come that are, going through transitions in lives, or they're here on vacation enjoying their family, to be part of that is amazing.
And it's a very important point that, the ocean and this area that we live in is such a healing area. And for you to have a business here, it's a good reminder for those that maybe have lived here for years and years and years. You have vacationers that come and they use this as their getaway, but when you live in a spot like this, sometimes you forget about that, and you need a spot that
Right.
really helps you relax, and that's what you've provided here, a spot for somebody to walk away from feeling good.
And that's what, when I first opened down here, everybody's always like, "What is Spiritquest?" I'm like, Spiritquest is just a place for everybody. It's just a place for anybody that wants to be happy and live the best life you can. It's not about a belief system or a religion. I specifically, back in the day, chose Spiritquest as the name of my business because I wanted it to be open to everybody. It's just about helping people to be happy and helping people to overcome challenges, because especially in this time that we're in now, life can be very challenging. And just to provide a place where people can come, when we were talking, whether it's just to stop in and, the healing prayer fountain that we're standing in front of, people come in, they'll put names of people that they're worried about. I take them out once a week. I do a little healing prayer. We have our little positive thoughts. Sometimes people will come in and free, just grab a thought. And, so we try to have a lot of interactive things in here that just all to uplift your soul and make you feel better when you leave, hopefully.
It's very striking when you come in here in a great way. It's like you're in a special place. We're standing in the lobby of the business, and of course you mentioned the spirit fountain, healing fountain. And tell me about the table that it's on. That has a very special place in your heart.
That's my grandparents' table, and it is very, very special to me. So I had mentioned earlier that when my grandmother passed away, that's how I got involved in this work. And that led me to the psychic, the reading, and all that stuff. But when my grandfather was diagnosed with cancer, that's what led me to the healing work. And I have that table here because I share this with people all the time, because I am very adamant about the work that I do. And I've always said, I'm not here to convince anybody. I'm not here to convert anybody. I just know from all the things that I've been through in my life how helpful all of this belief system and the practices and the tools and the things that we do are. And I'm just here to share that with other people that want it. It's not about, forcing a belief system or somebody has to think a certain way. It's just about surviving life and thriving in it. Not even just surviving it, but surviving the hard times and thriving. So the table is really important because it was my grandparents.
It's a great centerpiece for your business.
Yeah.
And you do your healing through many different classes and activities. You have several people here working with you. Tell me about some of those. The crystal healing I thought was really interesting.
So we have several different things that we offer. So we offer crystal healing. Kyle does our crystal healing, and that is a hands-on service, right? So he uses different crystals based on what he's picking up intuitively. That might be a block or things that are going on with you. We also will be, and this is something brand new that we'll be offering in August, we have a biomat, which works with infrared and heat, and it helps to relax muscles. So that's something that you just come and you lie on for 20 minutes to an hour, and it just helps to relax your body. We have a massage therapist who does regular massage, hot stone, and reflexology. We have someone that does facials who specializes in anti-aging and problem skin. And then I do the psychic readings, I do intuitive healing, Reiki, past life, and I'm also certified as a holistic life coach.
And another big thing you have coming up that you're opening is a salt room. I don't know anything about that. Tell me about it.
So the salt room, the Himalayan salt lamps that we have in here, the salt room works with the there's two kinds. So there's active and there's passive, okay? So the active room actually blows the salt into the air, and it's really good to help with your breathing and skin. The passive room is just when they kind of have the stones around or the lamps around. So our room is going to be an active room. So there will be panels on the wall of Himalayan salt. There will actually be salt on the floor, and then we have a machine that will blow the salt into the air. So you'll go in there and you'll sit in the room for about 45 minutes.
Okay.
And it is the equivalent in that 45 minutes of like spending a couple of days at the beach. So it's great for not only relaxation, but it's also great for breathing and skin. And we're like so thrilled to be the first one to bring that to Brunswick County.
And then you also have art. Your friend Effie has on display here.
Yeah, so Art of Effie, our art gallery, is here. She's a wonderful friend of mine. The photographs that are in there are Sunset Beach, Ocean Isle.
Okay.
And then we have our creative painting classes that Katrina does, which these classes are so much fun. We work with alcohol ink. And I think that not only meditating, but doing anything creative is also stress reduction and just helps you to boost your intuition. So we do those twice a month, and there's no experience required. And if you're OCD like me, they're extra fun because you can't control the alcohol ink at all. But they're just another fun thing that we offer.
All right, Lisa, well, we're just about out of time. Share with our viewers your contact information, where you're located, and how they can get in touch with you.
So we are Spiritquest Healing Center, 6649 Beach Drive Southwest, and that's Ocean Isle Beach. And you could visit our website. We have a ton of information on our website, spiritquesthealingcenter.com. You can follow us on Facebook, and I also do a Spiritquest Live page too.
So it's something for our folks at home can interact with you on Facebook Live.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for
letting
us come out here, Lisa.
Thank you.
And that does it for this month's edition of Brunswick Biz. If you have a question, comment, or a suggestion for us here on the show, send us an email at atmctv@atmc.com. I'm Nathan Nevers, reminding you to shop local, and we'll see you next month on Brunswick Biz, connecting Brunswick County one business at a time.
We are ATMC TV, Channel 3 and HD Channel 910, your community channel.
ATMC Security is changing the way you connect with your home, making it safer, smarter, and more efficient. Now you can manage your home wherever you are with a single app. lights, locks, thermostats, 24-hour security monitoring, and more, which means you always come back to a safe, comfortable home. Monitoring services start as low as $17.95 per month. Make your home a smart home with ATMC Security.